What's good, yo? Welcome back to another video. So, today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to draw the leg. I know y'all have been waiting for this one. So, enough talking. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Because if you don't, I'm just gonna have to break your leg, okay? And it's gonna be really, really difficult to walk with broken kneecaps. Get started. All right, so when drawing the legs, I start off by adding in the pelvis. Now, the pelvis is going to be represented as nothing but a box shape, okay? Getting down a rectangular shape for the pelvis, just like so, and you should end up with this right here, okay? What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to add a triangle inside. This is going to represent the crotch area when it comes to drawing the legs. And then I'm going to go down on either side and connect them with a tube shape. These are going to be the upper leg or the thighs, okay? Drawing these two arching circles or ovals for the kneecaps, and then going out on the outside and then on the inside going straight down. This is how I laid down the construction for the leg. Very, very basic, very easy, okay? Understanding these shapes is probably the easiest way to get down the legs, okay? And this is the shape you want to look at, all right? It's kind of like a rectangle, but it kind of goes out on one side, all right? The outside part of the leg, it kind of sticks out like a bump. And then on the bottom part of that, all I do is just add these two triangular shapes for the feet that kind of like flippers, and this is pretty much it. Boom, just like that, we have the front part of the legs. Simple, easy, I told y'all, bro, it's not that difficult. And also keep in mind that the knees, feet, and pelvis area are pretty much the connecting points, and these are where the limbs start bending, okay, where the knees, ankles, and pelvis connect. Also, thinking about the leg in a cylindrical shape really does help, and thinking of the knee joint as like a small ball, and then having a tapered cylinder for the rest of the leg. This is the basic construction you want to use whenever you're trying to draw the legs in different angles. So when you start getting into posing, that's what's going to be much more easier to remember, because these are the shapes that you keep in mind, okay? Always breaking down the form into simple shapes and then putting those shapes together is pretty much how all construction works whenever you're drawing, okay? So now we're going to start moving over to the legs from the side angle, okay? Starting off with just a box shape, all right, not a rectangle shape, and then drawing out a cylindrical shape on the bottom of that box. Connecting it off together, just like so, and then we're going to start adding the bottom part of the leg. Once you get down this shape, all you have to do is go out, just like we did with the front view, and then go straight down, just like so. It's the same shape for both angles, okay? And always make sure that there is a curve or a slope, okay, representing the back part of the leg, because there's a muscle right there that sticks out. But adding this in the construction makes it much easier to draw. And now I'm going to, connect all the pieces together, and just like that, we have the basic construction for the leg at a side angle or profile view. All right, drawing in that kneecap shape or an oval, just like so. And this is what you're going to end up with when you are done. The basic construction, breaking it down, and of course, these are the areas of the body that are going to be highlighted, because these are going to be the joint areas, okay? The pelvis, knees, and ankles are all considered joint areas of the leg. These are the parts of the leg, that make the leg move, okay? And that is pretty much how it works. Very simple, very basic. Of course, it goes way more in depth, if you, start practicing more and, are on the Patreon, you learn, how to do stuff, in poses and stuff like that. But when it comes to the basic construction, this is all you need, all right? Just a couple of shapes, put them together, and then boom shakallah, you got yourself the legs from the front side angle. So now when it comes to practicing, what I do encourage you to do is draw out these shapes in its most basic form, and then start adding construction onto these shapes in order to create different kinds of poses, okay? If you understand how to draw cylinders and boxes and spheres in the dimensions, then you'll pretty much be able to draw the legs from any angle without having to rely too much on references. References are, of course, a great way to learn, and I do encourage you to use them. So if you can go online and find leg poses, in Google or even on Pinterest, whatever,
software you prefer to use, looking up leg references, and then breaking them down into its most basic form, using cylinders, of course, boxes for the hips, and using these shapes to construct the pelvis and legs from different poses. It's a great way to get comfortable with this method and to practice more often. Okay? And then eventually, once you start getting good at drawing these shapes together, you can start adding flesh to them, just like we're doing right here, and making it look more like a leg, just like so. And then you'll be able to do stuff like this from memory without having to rely too much on references. These are the basic ways to learn whenever you're trying to get good at drawing from memory. Now, drawing from memory is a great tool to have, because sometimes references aren't always available. Like for me, for instance, there are some times where I'm drawing something and I can't find a correct pose. But since I understand how these shapes work and how they work in 3D, and I can put these shapes together to create what I want, I don't always have to use references whenever I'm trying to draw. I think one reason why I think the shape method, whenever it comes to drawing, is great is because when you're an illustrator like me, you gotta understand how to draw stuff in all kinds of posing and angles without having to search for hours upon hours on Google or Pinterest to find poses. This is why this is a great exercise to learn. And once you start getting better and better, you'll be able to do it fast, easy, and then you won't even be able, you won't even need to use the boxes and cylinders to do it. You can just start drawing from memory and it will just come out of you naturally. So in your sketchbook, just start drawing, take these shapes, go in your book or digital software program, whatever you use to draw, and just start practicing these sketches out, okay? Drawing from different angles, different poses and different perspectives, and playing around, all right? Getting comfortable with the method, and then once you understand the shapes, you'll be able to start drawing just like this without even using the shapes fully. As you can see, when I was drawing this angle, I didn't even use the entire shape method. I just kind of started winging it by what I already know. That's exactly what happens when you start learning this this basic method first and then applying it to more advanced techniques. So just keep on practicing, keep on practicing, keep on getting comfortable. It's not going to be easy, of course, but that's one thing you gotta understand is that it's never gonna be easy in the beginning. So just get comfortable first, okay? And keep on failing, keep on trying, and then eventually you'll get to the point where it just comes so easy that you won't even know and you won't even need to use these shapes, okay? And the method applies to whichever gender you're trying to draw. If you're trying to draw a male, same method. If you're trying to draw a female, same method. It's the exact same way whenever you're trying to draw either one, okay? Which is why I'm only going to show you guys the one method for both, because they can apply to either one, all right? And if you can understand these forms, it becomes so much easier to draw it from memory. So that's the technique, all right? Basic cylinders, basic boxes, triangles and rectangles, stuff like that. Combine them together, and then you'll be able to draw any leg pose you want. Practice, practice, practice. Always practice, okay? Repetition. Do it over and over again until you get tired of it, and then do more. That's the only way you get better fast, and that's how I got good fast as well, because I just kept on going, even though I was like, ugh, I'm tired of this. You got to keep on, doing the same technique over and over again until you master it. And the technique becomes even more useful and more helpful when you start getting into perspective. Now, perspective is going to be a whole separate video, so I'm not going to cover it in this one. But this technique applies to all other future lessons. So learn this lesson, and then when you're drawing perspective and other poses, it'll be super duper easy. But that's going to be it for this video, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining the Patreon for more in-depth tutorials that go way longer. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.